Yeah, we're fine. Just, you know what, we got to stay on the ice here. I mean, we get the opportunity to use the ice, we got to use it.
Are you? Oh, that's okay. I was just going to ask about the intensity of today's practice. Were you, pleased to see that? Looked like there was a bit of juice.
It's good. It's a contact sport. We need some more guys like that. Those two guys that were out there banging each other, those are two bangers, right? It's better than we need some of them guys that are pillow fighting to do a little bit of that.
I feel like that kind of stuff used to happen quite a bit more often.
Yeah, I
It's
think
good to see every
yeah,
now and
I
then,
mean,
right?
it happened. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Just in general, it was interesting what Milan had to say about that intensity, and maybe there's a lack of it, like you were kind of alluding to. How do you
That's
manufacture
up to the
it?
players to talk about that stuff, right? That's to do with star players and leadership and all that. Right?
Darryl, you've been talking about, this is the time of year when games are getting tighter. How would you assess the way that your team's responded to that change in the games?
I think pretty normal, pretty much what I thought, because a lot of them haven't been through that. So there's some of them that know about it, and then there's some of them that don't know about it.
Milan was mentioning how, you're going to make sure that the team is fine-tuning things. You're trying to get wins and points, but you're also making sure that the team's clicking in the right way before the potential postseason. Is there a balance there, or is it just...
It's important as a group that they pull each other, and that's the focus. Again, it goes back to we're trying to change the culture here, and it's not that easy, to tell you the truth. I've worked really hard at it for over a year now, through the summer, and you still get a handful of guys. It's difficult.
Is Milan a big piece of that?
Obviously, it's. I mean, he shows up every night.
You had said after the Colorado game that was a good game for your group to be in. Was last night's another one of those examples with not a whole lot of space out there?
Yeah, I think that we had some guys that weren't too interested in creating space.
When you talk about just with your team, like what you just mentioned, can you understand where the progress is on that in changing the culture? Or,
Hey, our goal is very simple. I'm not. This is reality, quite honest. We make the playoffs, and then we took a little step in changing it. That's all.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Can I ask you if you were involved in any of those practice battles?
Probably. I mean, these practices are easy compared to what you did back then. I mean, not probably. Everybody was. Guys couldn't wait to do it. I mean, you always had rivalries in your own team. That's what you want, right? Defenseman, forwards, line, center. I mean, it's creatures of habit. So if you do it in practice, then there's a chance it happens in a game.
anybody come to mind when you think of rivalries, practice rivalries, teammate rivalries?
Well, one of the best practice players in terms of compete was Brad Richardson, no question. When you look at it in terms of, and then still the way he plays in terms of his compete, and he may be 37 years old, and it may have, the skill set's not there, but the compete's still there. He loved practice, right? Because he could go out there and compete.
What do you, when you look at the Blues tomorrow night, what stands out and what's important to
Get a lot of guys who have rings, so they're built. They're a team that's built for playoffs. They get it, and if they're healthy, then they're built for playoffs. That's the key.
Does it feel a little different? Like usually right around now, we're like 3 or 4 games until the playoffs. There's still 15. Does it feel a little different for a coach in that regard?
Yeah, well, that's part of COVID. Right? Just deal with it. It's April. Usually April is flowers and overtimes.